Hello, I'm Mike from Zeplin, and today I'm going to show you how to provide clarity to your developers on exactly what to build. As designers, we're a little bit like architects in the fact that we provide these kind of blueprints for the developers to then go and implement and build our vision for the product. But how do we make sure that this is that locked blueprint that a developer needs to then go and build that product? Well, there's a couple ways to do it in design tools today. The first might be through naming my pages. So here you can see that I have a ready for feedback, and this one is ready for implementation. The other way might just be by copying my link and then sending it over to my devs. But we found that there are some issues with these workflows. The first being just scalability. So, I have a pretty simple application here. It's only 6 screens. You can imagine that if I have a very complex application, changing the pages and then duplicating the file is very burdensome if I have tens or 50 or 100 of these different pages. It's just a lot of work for me. The other is editability. So despite creating a separate page or duplicating this file is actually still editable. So if I'm working with a large team of designers on a big project, it's likely that this might get changed when my developer is actually looking at it, and then they're working on the wrong version. There's other issues too that come up when you're working asynchronously and you can't actually talk to your devs about what exactly is a finalized design. And it makes sense too. Pages and duplicating files in our design tools, they weren't built for handing things off or for providing feedback or tracking versions. And it's great that we have that flexibility, but it just means that there's going to be gaps when we try to give this to our development team. So that's why leading product teams today are using Zeplin to communicate that blueprint to their developers. So I can just export this into Zeplin, and I can even add a commit message too. Great, and just by this exporting, by this publishing to Zeplin, I know now that this is a finalized design, and I can't edit this as a developer or as a designer, so I don't have to worry about other people changing it or this being the finalized design. Furthermore, I can actually see what has changed between these different published versions. So here I can see that I updated some header copy, and here obviously I changed some of the images. So I can provide context to exactly what has changed since the last time that I published. So I don't have to worry about naming pages or duplicating files and doing this with large projects, or worry about the design changing when my devs are looking at it. If you export to Zeplin, if you publish to Zeplin, you instantly just get that finalized design that is uneditable, and you get the context and the clarity of versions too. So that's how you can provide clarity on exactly what to build for your developers.